Greetings everybody, John Tar here. This is my channel WikiGameGuides with a realistic difficulty walkthrough of the abandoned steel mill. We work hard, we play hard. For Call of Duty Black Ops 3, did I say realistic difficulty? If you've been struggling, get the thermal vision and this bolt action locust bolt sniper rifle and the revive, and you'll do much better. This mission is actually pretty easy, so my commentary for this video is not really going to be so much about the game, because this is unfortunately, this is kind of the pattern you're going to be following for a lot of the game to even potentially survive realistic difficulty. And later on in the mission, there's just some sections where you're literally, like, you're just not even, you're just shooting people through the cover that you're looking directly at. Like, if, I would love to see a replay of this. Oh, and I think there is a theater mode of me beating these missions, like some of these tough parts where I'm literally just firing a gun into a brick barricade right in front of me, or a barrel or something like that the entire time, because you just spend so much time just firing through cover and using the thermal vision that you're just like literally looking into walls. This is kind of like I just had this realization. This is very much like using the Far Sight in Perfect Dark. If you remember that game from way back in the day. Holy shit, that might date me. I bet there's a lot of people watching this video that are pretty young right now that have no freaking clue what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, this is basically the Far Sight. Holy crap, it really is. Especially with how powerful it is. So, what I want to talk about this video is, you know, if I would assume, because this is, well, a lot of people watch these walkthroughs just because they like to have some commentary on, or some other gameplay on while they're playing the game themselves. And you hear this all the time, that our generation, even though I just dated myself, you know, this generation that has grown up with computers and games, that we are a multitasking generation. Like, we're never just watching TV. We're watching NFL Red Zone, which is constantly switching between every game, and also checking our fantasy football at the same time. And I'm checking my super contest Pick'em League and the other Pick'em League that I have going for the site. And I'm writing, you know, texts a couple friends. And it's just like we're never just doing one thing. And I know that's very much the case for a lot of people that play games too. Like, you'll just have that second monitor up. A lot of PC gamers do this, at least. And then watch a live stream of the same game that you're playing, or of a channel that you really like, or something like that. And, you know, it's just, on one hand, when I'm creating content like this, whether it's this or a live stream, it's like, okay, I mean, I would love to have your full attention, but it's just kind of crazy how quickly we consume content in this society, that we are literally, in many situations, consuming twice as much content as being created every second. Or like, we're creating this, we're playing this game, which is in a way creating content. We're creating entertainment for ourselves while absorbing other content that theoretically someone put some time and thought into. So it's literally, you know, double creation of content. And that's a very strange thing to think about when you think about just how basic life was not that long ago. And I guess I just understand, with the evolution of computers, it was kind of inevitable, but it's just very, like, we never really give ourselves time to just kind of relax and do one thing anymore. And I catch myself doing this stuff all the time, because, like, when I'm making a walkthrough like this, I'm listening to a podcast, or I'm listening to a book on tape. I mean, when I'm replaying a mission for the third time, like, in a day, just because I wanted to get, like, the perfect rundown and find all the good routes and make sure I'm going to do it on, like, with the, you know, a pretty clean run with good gameplay, and it gets tedious. And, like, listening to an audiobook or a podcast or something like that really makes it so much more tolerable. And it's not that the game isn't tolerable, because the game is fun as hell and I'm having an enormously good time playing it, but it's, for whatever reason, only playing the game isn't enough anymore. And having the rush of constantly, like, sprinting around these corners and beating a really hard mission on the hardest difficulty, like, it's very strange that, like, we can't just be content with one thing anymore. It's like we're almost addicted to doing so many things at once. And I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Like, I feel like I'm getting more out of more things, and it's easier for me to latch onto the things that I really enjoy about, like, let's say a game or a podcast. Like, sometimes if you listen to this whole video, I mean, I probably won't do a 30-minute voiceover for this one, but if you watch this entire thing, there may only be let's say there's 2 or 3 takeaways that you get out of my entire voiceover on this, whether it's talking about strategies within the game itself or just deep philosophical questions. And like, if there's only 3 great things in this 15-minute or 30-minute dialogue that I'm just having with a microphone right now that you're consuming, then, but if you can still recognize those, or let's say you as the consumer listening to it only catch 2 of the 3, but you're also playing, like, while you're consuming this while doing something else, and so are you better off in the long run? I think so. Like, you're literally, like, you aren't getting as much out of every individual thing that you're doing, but you're consuming more of everything. So does that, maybe that's not better. Maybe there's certainly a huge joy in, like, really, obsessing over a movie franchise or something like that, or loving a book franchise or something like that, and playing every video game, like playing all the Call of Duty games back to back or something like that, and really following the story and paying attention to all that. And I think maybe it's just a throwaway culture. Maybe I'm not giving enough credit to what is really genuinely good content sometimes. Like, maybe that's the problem. Like, if I just maybe I need to take that in consideration when I'm doing more voiceovers. And I think this one in particular, I've actually been doing a good job. But, like, maybe that is really what it is. Like, if you just put out content, a top 10 list or some nonsense like that is just designed to be consumed and then thrown away, then it will be consumed and thrown away, and nobody will resonate with it and nobody will enjoy it. But if you put something, if I spend a lot of time creating and recording a video on a hard difficulty with a good strategy that I've kind of worked out, and created content that is genuinely worth watching on multiple levels, and have a bunch of notes of things that I want to talk about and interesting subjects that have been on my mind lately, and questions to ask you guys for feedback, maybe putting a lot of time and energy into creating something that is worth creating, even if, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm just kind of reflecting on how I make my content right now. So, there are a lot of destructible objects in this game, and I really have to give Treyarch a pat on the back, I guess, for a lot of times in games. I don't know what to call this effect, but it's something we've all seen in cartoons. And video games, for whatever reason, has decided that, like, they need, like, so when you watch a cartoon and you see the cartoon character interacting, and, like, the most modern cartoons, you don't see this as much because they're all digital and it's easier for them to adapt. But a lot of times you'll see this in older cartoons, like older episodes of The Simpsons or something like that, where the character in the environment interacts with an object that is part of the background, but that object stands out dramatically different from the rest of the background. So, like, let's say Homer picks up a book off the shelf, or no, even better example, Bart steals a copy of Bone Storm from the Try and Save, right? That copy of Bone Storm looks dramatically different from the rest of the environment, and it's very clear, even, like, to the viewer, that that one thing the character will interact with very shortly, even though they haven't done it yet, and it sticks out in a very jarring way. And the reason for that in cartoons is because the animators of the action are different people from the animators of the background, or the artists that do the background for every scene. So their colors don't match up perfectly with old cartoons, at least, especially when they would ship them off to Korea to be animated. So the reason I'm bringing this whole thing up is because so many times in video games, how often do you see like the one object that you're supposed to interact with and it feels very jarring? Like, okay, I get it. That one thing, it really could have been blended into the environment quite a bit better, but they didn't. And this game, Black Ops 3, does one of the best jobs I've ever seen in a game with blending environments that you can shoot and interact with the rest of the environment. Now, when you start to learn to look for it, particularly when it comes to like hanging objects that you can shoot to have fall on your enemies, it becomes a little bit more easy to pick them out. But I thought that was very interesting how good of a job they did with this game in having those objects be part of the environment. Anyway, I don't really have anything else I want to add about this video. I hope you found some of this discussion interesting, and I'll be talking about other, doing my typical storytelling voiceover mode that I used to do a lot for these videos. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe for more Black Ops 3 updates. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and let me know what you think of this new kind of format, or revised format. Thanks for watching, or enjoy the rest of the video, I guess, if you want to watch the strategy. It's not that tough of a level, though. And game on.
Suppressors, second level. If you want to get creative, you can use remote hijack on those turrets. Use your environment. Shoot down those bats.
Sending his location to your HUD. Come on now, pick up the trail.
You got potential.
get shit done. Just like your other core systems, use...
Shut him up.
Not bad, new blood.
I'm starting to like you. We'll make a soldier out of you yet.
Keep it up.
They're using smoke grenades!
Switching to your EV helps whenever you're blind, whether in the dark or in smoke.
That's how you get shit done.
Hostile bots coming through the walls. party ain't over yet. Let's move. I got bots moving that rail car. Shred them.
Damn it, that was about to go on.
Looks like they got into the water treatment plant through here. On me. Keep your fucking head down. You may be a badass, but you're not immortal. Bullet to the head will still get you a date with your maker. All right. How's on the work floor?
Good hunting. Interface with that door for me.
All robots should be considered hostile. Trust me, they'll consider you as much. Watch your flank. They're coming through the windows. If this shit was real, you'd be killing civs left and right. You got hostiles climbing up the sides. The neural network prototype is in the car right below you. It may be shielded by 6 inches of CNT, but that won't mean anything when the bomb goes off. You better pick up the pace. Keep pushing up. You've almost located the explosive.